we get ready for the largest single payday in PA sprint car racing history. Aaron Reutzel and Brad Sweet in row number 1. Anthony Macri and Brian Brown in row 2. Logan Schuchart and Logan Wagner in row 3. Lance Dewease and Zach Hampton in row 4. Mike Wagner and David Gravel in row number 5. Row 6 is Brenham Crouch and Ryan Smith. Row 7, Brock Zearfoss and Brady Bacon. 8th row is Cy Lynch alongside of Tyler Courtney. Row number 9, Rico Abreu and Gerard McIntyre. Row 10, it's Tanner Thorson and Spencer Bayston. 11th row, Troy Wagaman and Mike Walter. Row 12, Justin Peck and Justin Whittall. And your drivers utilizing a provisional here tonight: Brent Marks, Jeff Halligan, Casey Kahne, Danny Dietrich, Daison Pursley, and Danny Sams III will take the green flag as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Juniata County Ag Society and the Port Royal Speedway promotional team, we thank you so very much for coming out to the Speed Palace for the $100,000 to win Bob Weikert Memorial. You know what time it is, because it is time to light the fires and kick the tires here at the Port Royal Speedway, and the Bob Weikert Memorial is underway.
Green flag waving at the Speed Palace, rolling into turn number 1. Aaron Reutzel's going to have the early race lead. He's challenged down low by Brad Sweet. They were 3 wide back behind for the 3rd spot. Anthony Macri goes by Brian Brown. He goes by Logan Wagner. Macri quickly into the 3rd spot on opening lap.
Brad Sweet keeping pace with Aaron Reutzel. We come down to complete lap number 1 in this 40-lapper. Reutzel right through the middle. Brad Sweet follows him through. Here comes Logan Wagner. He'll move up into P3 off of corner number 2, but look at the 39M of Anthony Macri.
We saw Logan Wagner very fast all the way through last night's main event. Came from 12th to 5th, and now he's in 3rd on lap number 2. Can he have a shot at maybe taking down a $100,000 payday at the Port Royal Speedway? He runs 3rd at this point in time. Anthony Macri in 4th, and back behind Brian Brown hangs on to the 5th position for now.
Here comes Logan Schuchart, last night's winner with the World of Outlaws at the Attica Raceway Park, trying to break into the top 5. He has the 21 of Brian Brown right in front of him, nose to tail at the flag stand. Back down in the turns number 1 and 2. Brownie down low. Here comes Schuchart to the outside.
Logan Schuchart runs the cushion in turn number 2. He'll make quick work of Brian Brown. Move Logan Schuchart into the top 5. Now the next challenger will be the number 2 of David Gravel. Started back in the 10th position. David Gravel, last time by across the line, he's in 7th. And now working on Brian Brown down the front straightaway. Your race leader is Aaron Reutzel. He's already on the same straightaway as the back of the field here. Earl, with 30 cars in the field, traffic's going to come into play quickly.
Aaron Reutzel has a 1.7 second lead over the second place car of Brad Sweet. Right now, we will bring you the top 10. Aaron Reutzel in 1st, Brad Sweet 2nd, Logan Wagner 3rd, Anthony Macri 4th, Logan Schuchart 5th. 6th is Brian Brown, 7th David Gravel, 8th Lance Dewease, Zach Hampton 9th, and Ryan Smith rounds out the top 10.
Lance Dewease coming to life here in the beginning stage of this race. Just made his way by David Gravel. Move Lance Dewease up to the 7th position, now to the inside of Brian Brown. The number 12 car, so very good on the long runs. Now to the inside of the 21 into turn number 1. Lance Dewease trying to take 6th away off of turn number 2. Dewease is up to P6.
Lance Dewease working the bottom side to perfection as we are side by side off of turn number 4 between Logan Wagner and Anthony Macri. Great side-by-side battle for 3rd. Wagner right through the middle. Look at the Concrete Kid. Anthony Macri banging the boards off of 2.
They are racing for the 3rd spot as Reutzel now encounters the 1st lap car. Slides in front of Danny Sams III to put him to the wayside. So the lap traffic is now in play for your race leader. That time by, it's going to be just a 1.9 second lead over the Napa Auto Parts number 49 of Brad Sweet. Sweet with a lot of ground to make up, but traffic is heavy and it is thick right in front of your race leader.
We are double blocks here for everyone tuning in on FloRacing. Reutzel out to a 1.9 second lead as still the battle rages on between Anthony Macri and Logan Wagner as they have Brad Sweet right in front of him, who runs in 2nd.
Here comes Lance Dewease to the inside of Logan Schuchart. Dewease trying to crack into the top 5, and all of a sudden a 3-car battle shaping up for the 2nd spot. Dewease has 5th down the backstretch, but here comes Wagner, here comes Macri. They close in on Brad Sweet in turn 4.
Wagner works down low, tries to drive underneath Brad Sweet. Close racing on the front straightaway. Dead heat at the line. There goes the pilot. He will move up into P2. Now look at Anthony Macri. Down low. Do we go to try do 3 wide for 2nd?
They are trying to do everything about that right now as they roll down into turn number 3. Logan Wagner now up to the 2nd spot. Brad Sweet drops his car down low. But even lower on the track is Anthony Macri. Macri trying to take 3rd across the line. He will have it in the C&D rigging number 39M. Rolling into turn 1. Here comes Lance Dewease trying to make it a 4-car scrap for that second position. Side by side with Macri and Wagner down the back straight for a moment.
Right now, you can throw a blanket over the drivers running from the second on fourth, 2 by 2 off of corner number 4. What a move by Lance Dewease. Put a short slider there on Brad Sweet to move up into 4th.
Lance Dewease up to 4th, down to the inside of Logan Wagner into turn number 1. Lance Dewease so very good on the inside of the racetrack, and he is driving it to perfection. Up front, it's all about Aaron Reutzel, a 2.2 second lead over the 39M of Anthony Macri, and 3 lap cars between himself and Macri. Pursley, Kahne, and Sam's all in front of him.
Lance Dewease has 123 Port Royal victories in his career, and he's looking not to be denied here tonight to try to get 124. He has a run on Logan Wagner. Wagner right through the middle. Here comes LD down low. Can he complete the pass off of 4?
To the delight of the crowd, Lance Dewease takes the second spot, or make that the third spot away across the line. Lance Dewease into 3rd. Now looking for second into turn number 2. Draws to the left of Anthony Macri. Cannot make the pass there. Macri pulls away down the backstretch, but LD will close in quickly. Macri takes his line into turn 3. Lance Dewease through the middle, trying to build momentum, trying to build up some speed. Now there's a lap car between Macri and Dewease down the front stretch.
2 posse regulars trying to carve through the slower cars, as Aaron Reutzel has 3 cars in between him and Anthony Macri, who run in 2nd. Lance Dewease still in 3rd. Logan Wagner, in 4th. And now David Gravel, he's going to challenge Brad Sweet, but the caution flag waves.
Yellow flag is out. Do not see a car stop from our vantage point here. Might be some debris on the track. Sounds like we are going with the fuel stop there, Earl.
Yep, this is a scheduled fuel stop right now, as we will get the cars into the restart position, and then we will stop them here on the front straightaway. Aaron Reutzel is your leader prior to the caution flag, as he as well was negotiating lap traffic. He had a 2-second lead over the second place car of Anthony Macri.
He did, and that fuel stop coming a little bit earlier than I was anticipating. I thought maybe around the halfway point, but 5 laps short of halfway. The open red comes out with 15 laps completed. Aaron Reutzel, the race leader. Anthony Macri running in 2nd. Lance Dewease is 3rd. 4th is Logan Wagner, and 5th is Brad Sweet. 6th is Logan Schuchart. 7th, Brian Brown. 8th, David Gravel. 9th, Ryan Smith. And 10th is Zach Hampton at the fuel stop. And so that is exactly what it is. It's a fuel stop. You cannot change any tires. You can't do anything like that, but you can make adjustments to the car. Well, it would jump to 193 if he can hang on for 25 laps and make his way by Aaron Reutzel, who does choose the bottom on the Frozen Farmer Pick Pint. As you can see there, not too many games being played. You know, bottom, top, bottom. Okay, right there, there's Rico trying to go to the top and throw things off a little bit there, but mostly pretty normal up there towards the top 10. Reutzel chooses the bottom, Macri to the top, Dewease right where he wants to be on the bottom. And you got Logan Wagner outside, Brad Sweet and Logan Schuchart, Brian Brown and David Gravel, Ryan Smith. Keep an eye on the 69K as well. That's another car that likes the long run, likes the longer races. Ryan Smith going to restart 9th next to Zach Hampton, as Aaron Reutzel and Anthony Macri bring the field back to green with 25 laps to go.
We're back underway. Good start by Anthony Macri, as he will make the pass on Aaron Reutzel on the turns. Number 1 and 2. Hard hit car upside down in turn 1. The red flag is out. Danny Sams also gets collected.
The driver is Zach Hampton, that got upside down in the number 6. Zach Hampton, the car upside down. So we do have an update for you down there in turn 1 on the condition of Zach Hampton. He is out of the car and talking with the safety personnel, high limit racing officials, along with the safety officials down there as well. Zach Hampton moving slowly, but you can see him there walking away from the accident scene after a wicked ride into turn number 1. And then when he thought it was all over, got tagged at the last moment by Danny Sams. Looks like Tony Laporta, you're ready to talk to Zach Hampton. Hopefully here's some good news.
Zach Hampton checking in with medical personnel right now. That car is destroyed. More importantly, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Knocked the wind out of me a little bit. Just, I don't know, miscalculated how much everybody was going to woe up there to get to the bottom, and just got over Brian's right rear, and that was it.
We're glad you're okay. That's Zach Hampton, guys. His car absolutely mangled down here. The top wing can opened off, drag link snapped in half. The frame is, without a doubt, going to suffer major. Oh, it's snapped on the right side completely. There's significant frame damage over here to the right side. The engine sitting halfway outside of the Bill Rose Racing number 6, which is terrible news. But thankfully, you just heard from Zach Hampton. He is out. He is okay, and he's going to take a precautionary ride in the ambulance to get evaluated. Zach Hampton out of the number 6.
Yeah, I mean, almost blew the hood completely off the car. I mean, that thing is in a heap into turn 1. And here's the comp cams replay. You heard him. He said he got over the right rear of Brian Brown. Man, that thing just took a hard right to the outside wall. And when you think it's done, Danny Sams at the tail end of the field there, not able to slow up enough and get in. Man,
that is a hard hit right there.
I mean, he's upside down.
And that's even a harder hit right there when you're sitting there still, and Danny Sams had nowhere to go. But just look at the impact.
At that. My goodness. That is just absolutely wild. Did a barrel roll into the outside wall. And another thing I noticed, when the wreck had stopped, the tire that had come off of Hampton's car actually rolled into turn 2 and actually hit the back of Casey Kane's car extremely hard. And there is another angle of it from our turn 1 camera.
Ouch.
See that tire right there? It's bouncing behind Sam's car. It actually went down the track, and at a pretty high rate of speed, it actually hit the 9 of Casey Kane. I can't imagine there's much damage to Casey's car. It hit him, I believe, in the right rear tire. But there is what's left. The Bill Rose 6, and unfortunately for them, guys, they have to race tomorrow at Atomic Speedway in Chillicothe, Ohio with the Outlaws. If you're watching at home on Flow and want to go watch some high limit racing, we'll be in Indiana and Michigan next Friday and Saturday. As we do get the 1-to-go signal, we will go back to green at the Bob Weikert Memorial the next time by. Reutzel, Macri, Dewease, Wagner, and Sweet will be the top 5 when the green flag is displayed once again.
Question is, Brad, what line is Aaron Reutzel going to take on this restart?
Yeah, again, just like I said, you know, maybe your car's real good on the bottom, but do you want to leave the top side open for Anthony Macri? We'll find out. We'll go green next time.
Pace truck stuck into the infield. Aaron Reutzel brings them back to green with 25 laps to go. Let's see what happens in the turns 1 and 2. Great restart by Reutzel, as he already has 5 car lengths in between him and Anthony Macri.
They'll run the middle into turn 1, going to slide it up, tag the cushion on the exit at turn number 2. Reutzel trying to pull away from Anthony Macri. Back behind, a change almost for that 4th spot as Brad Sweet got underneath of Logan Wagner. Now Sweet going to dip low into turn 3. We've got car off the pace on the backstretch, and that is going to draw the caution. The number 5 of Brenham Crouch has a broken front end, it looks like, on the right front portion. The CJB Motorsports number 5, Crouch running 16th at the time. Faster than you possibly can, you might think that it can. I mean, they can change engines extremely quickly. Get them, blow an engine in hot laps, they can have it back in, some teams, before they even go out to qualify, if they're in the right spot in the order. So definitely impressive. Nice job by CJB and the rest of the crew members down there to get Crouch back onto the racetrack. Earl, we're going to try it again. Come back to green this time by.
Yeah, let's see what Macri does here on this restart. Kind of let Reutzel get away with them, as Reutzel had 5 car lengths on the last one. So we'll see what happens. Reutzel will determine when we get back underway there in turn 4. So the field approaches the restart zone. Here we go. We're back underway.
Back down the front straightaway. Aaron Reutzel through the middle portion of the racetrack. Going to try and run a little bit up top in turn number 2 as he tries to pull away from Anthony Macri. Back behind, Brad Sweet makes the pass on Logan Wagner. Brad Sweet is up to 4th on the restart.
Wagner trying to come back on, works the top side of the racetrack, ducks behind Brad Sweet. Now they're side by side at the start-finish line. Wagner looked to go down low, but Brad Sweet was right there. Here comes the 1S and Logan Schuchart as well.
Schuchart trying to join the mix for a top 5 position. The next car in front of him would be that spot. That is Logan Wagner running in 5th. Logan Schuchart dips low in turn number 4. Pulls up next to him but cannot make the pass quite yet. Logan Wagner still in 5th down the front straightaway.
Brian Brown also making noise there in the Casey's 21, has Logan Schuchart right in front of him. Right now, Brownie runs in that 7th spot. Anthony Macri starting to close in on Aaron Reutzel for the first spot into turns number 1 and 2. Macri down low. The line is not there yet.
That is not the line that we typically used to seeing Anthony Macri run to try and take the lead here at Port Royal Speedway. Usually he's in the line that Aaron Reutzel's in at this point in time, but you cannot pass them where they are. So Macri's trying to go somewhere else, closing in on Aaron Reutzel into turn 1. Reutzel tries to run the middle. We'll get to the cushion on the exit of turn number 4. They are side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway.
Into turn 3, here comes a run. No, Macri had to get on the binders as Reutzel will slam the door into turn 3. What a move. This time by, we're going to have 20 laps to go.
Took the air off the nose of Anthony Macri into turn 3. Macri now going to have to relock and reload to track back down to number 87. It looks like Lance Dewease is certainly closing the gap on your top 2. Traffic is going to be in play within the next 2 laps. Daison, Pursley, Casey, Kahne, and Danny Sams lie ahead for your race leaders.
Reutzel has changed things up in the turns 3 and 4, worked back down low. He'll also go back down low in the turns number 1, 2. Macri follows him through, and now Lance Dewease, as you mentioned, he's starting to put the whip to the horse in the 12. Only about 5 car lengths. Here comes another bid for the lead. Macri down low. Does he complete the slide job? Here comes Reutzel. He'll turn the car side by side at the line.
The crowd is on their feet as they come into turn number 1. Reutzel down low. Macri trying to work the middle. All the while, Lance Dewease closing in, trying to make it a 3-car battle for the race lead down the back straightaway. Reutzel still at the top spot, rolling into turn 3. He'll run the bottom. Macri through the middle, and right behind them, Dewease on the bottom as well.
Lap cars right in front of these 3 drivers. What does Aaron Reutzel do? He'll go back down low into turns 1 and 2. Macri follows him through. Lance Dewease right there. Top 3 also breaking away from the rest of the field.
Lance Dewease on the back bumper of Anthony Macri as they approach the slower cars. Aaron Reutzel has to get out of line. Danny Sams is in his racing groove. Reutzel to the outside. He'll put a lap car between himself and Anthony Macri, but there's still more cars to deal with as he roll back into turn 1. Reutzel back to the inside of Daison Pursley, trying to put him to the wayside. Back behind, the only driver inside the top 5 is Brad Sweet, up on the top of the racetrack trying to close in.
And he is putting that right rear on the boards here and starting to rope in Lance Dewease for that 3rd spot. No lap cars right now separate the top 3 in the turns 1 and 2.
A little bit of sparks shooting out the back of the 39M as he rolled into turn 1. Reutzel still has not gotten by Daison Pursley. He and Casey Kahne racing for position. Reutzel goes low. Anthony Macri trying to close in. Reutzel tries to run the middle. Macri sticks the bottom. They're nearly side by side off the corner. Reutzel makes his way by a slower car, Daison Pursley.
Reutzel taking his time through lap traffic, slides up the hill in turn 2. And how about it? Here comes the Napa Auto Parts 49 of Brad Sweet. He has found something working the top side of this racetrack.
Brad Sweet let it all hang out on the top side of the racetrack here at the Speed Palace as he's looking to track down the top 3 drivers of Lance Dewease, Anthony Macri, and Aaron Reutzel. Macri on the back bumper of Reutzel into turn 1. They're trying to make their way by the slower car of Mike Walter. Brad Sweet, along with Logan, Wagner, Ryan Smith, all those drivers tracking down the top 3 contenders.
What a finish we are shaping up to have. This time by, we are going to have 12 laps to go in the Bob Weikert Memorial. Reutzel up the hill in turn 2. Macri down low. Battle for 3rd off of 2 between Lance Dewease and Brad Sweet.
And here comes Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith started back in the 12th position. He's inside the top 5 now. To the inside of Brad Sweet in turns 3 and 4. The Kreitz Racing 69K coming to life in the late stage of the Bob Weikert Memorial.
Ryan Smith looking to get win number 3 of the 25 season. Looks underneath Brad Sweet off of corner number 2. Side by side, they have Lance Dewease right in front of him. 3-car battle for the final podium spot.
Brad Sweet still sticking to his guns up on the top side of the racetrack. Ryan Smith peeks underneath of him down the front straightaway, looking for 4th into turn number 1. Ryan Smith takes 4th away from Brad Sweet. A mistake from Anthony Macri in turn 2 allows Lance Dewease to close back in for 2nd.
And you can see Anthony Macri already starting to move back to top, weighing in that 39M. 9 laps to go, this time by Aaron Reutzel. He has a 1.8 second lead over the field.
Anthony Macri's got to dig down deep and try and find something. If he knew what was going on behind him, he would plant that right rear up next to the wall. Brad Sweet is catching up to him. Macri needs to move up if he wants any shot to win $100,000 in the Bob Weikert Memorial. That time by 8 laps to go for Aaron Reutzel.
And they are still side by side between Brad Sweet and Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith takes that 4th spot away off of corner number 2. Sweet trying to return the favor. Now he'll look into the inside.
The last time by, Aaron Reutzel's lead was 2 seconds over Anthony Macri as Brad Sweet continues to fight with Ryan Smith. Smith around the outside. He'll take 4th away. The 69K up to P4 as Macri continues to lose ground to Aaron Reutzel. Once again, the lead was just 2 seconds.
Remember, Ryan Smith, he started 12th in this one. This time by, 6 laps to go. Aaron Reutzel trying to run away and hide to pick up $100,000.
Aaron Reutzel trying to get the 2 biggest wins at Port Royal Speedway out of the way. He's already got the Tuscarora 50. Can he add a Bob Weikert Memorial Bullhead Trophy to his collection? Has to work to the outside of a slower car in turn number 4. That is Jeff Halligan. Lance Dewease still running back in 3rd. 4th is Ryan Smith, and 5th still is Brad Sweet, but he is challenged down low by his closest championship ride. Oh, off the pace down the front straightaway, up in smoke. Ryan Smith is off the pace. The caution comes out with 5 laps to go.
Ryan Smith comes to a stop in turn number 2. Was having a great run. He started 12th in this one and worked his way up into 4th. There's a lot of smoke billowed from the engine compartment in the Donnie Kreitz owned 69K.
Here's a replay of what happened to Ryan Smith as he was trying to track down Lance Dewease for 3rd. Comes off the corner, and she spits, sputters, and smokes as he comes across the line. And that looks terminal for the Downs Automotive number 69K. That is just unfortunate. It was from 12th to 4th. He needed a caution, Brad, it looked like, to maybe contend for the lead.
Yeah, lap traffic was just proven to be a bit too difficult. Like you said, Chase, during that time, Macri was maybe needing to move up to the top side of the speedway. Do what you do best to catch Aaron Reutzel because all the traffic was down low, though he's been so consistent down there so far.
I am curious to see what happens here as far as Macri goes on the restart. He could probably look up at the Bobby Rahal scoring tower, see 5 to go. He knows, yeah, it pays great for 2nd, but hey, I'm trying to win my first 6-figure payday, and I'm trying to win the biggest race in Pennsylvania sprint car history. Will he lay it out on the line and go back to his roots on the top of the racetrack? Dewease will restart 3rd, Sweet 4th, Wagner 5th. Tyler Courtney is now up to 6th. 7th is David Gravel, 8th is Logan Schuchart, 9th Brian Brown, and how about a top 10 run right now for Tanner Thorson?
Coming back to green, Reutzel back on the loud pedal. What happens at turns 1 and 2? Macri, Dewease trying to track him down. Reutzel right to the middle. Macri down low. Here comes Lance Dewease off the top.
Brad Sweet, the first car to break out of line. He'll run the cushion in turn number 2 in pursuit of the top 3 drivers. Sweet, he knows what's up for grabs. He is not going to run the bottom and go away. He is going to be up on the wheel and trying to track these guys down for another 6-figure payday.
4 laps to go. Brad Sweet starting to bang on the boards. Has Lance Dewease right in front of him now. Nose to tail underneath the Bobby Rahal scoreboard. LD back down low. Here comes the big cat Sweet. He puts the whip to the horse off of 4. Has a great run.
David Gravel now moves into the top 5 position. Gets by Logan Wagner off of turn number 4. David Gravel cracks into the top 5 with 3 laps to go. The margin for Reutzel the last time over Macri was 1.1 seconds. Macri continues to run the bottom. Traffic will not be a factor for your race leader. We'll see what the gap is this time. 1.1 last time, 1.5 this time. Reutzel continues to pull away.
Aaron Reutzel looking to get his 4th Port Royal victory in his career, and what a feat that would be to take home $100,000 tonight as he will come off of turn number 4 and see the white flag one more time around.
1 lap to go for Aaron Reutzel. Has 2 wins on the year. Got one back at Tulare, another at Paris, but this could be the biggest of his career as he rolls into turn number 3. The Ridge and Sun Racing number 87 is going to take down the biggest payout in Pennsylvania sprint car history. $100,000 goes to Aaron Reutzel with the Bob Weikert Memorial. Anthony Macri in 2nd. Lance Dewease ends up in 3rd. Brad Sweet 4th, and 5th will be David Gravel. The loot will go with the high rollers here tonight at Port Royal Speedway as Aaron Reutzel grabs quite possibly the biggest win of his career. Anthony Macri second, Lance Dewease third, fourth to Brad Sweet, fifth will be David Gravel. Logan Wagner sixth, seventh goes to Tyler Courtney, eighth to Logan Schuchart, ninth to Rico Abreu, and 10th will be Brian Brown at the checkered. Tanner Thorson 11th, Troy Wagaman 12th, Mike Wagner 13th, Justin Whittall 14th, and 15th was Justin Peck. 16th to Brent Marks, 17th to Brenham Crouch, 18th Cy Lynch, 19th Jeff Halligan, and 20th to Brock Zearfoss. The rest of the finishing order: Danny Dietrich, Gerard McIntyre, Michael Walter, Brady Bacon, Daison Pursley, Casey Kahne, Danny Sams, Ryan Smith, Zach Hampton, and Spencer Bayston. And he is going to be absolutely thrilled when he gets out of the car to meet up with all the crew members. His primary sponsor, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, a part of this weekend here at the Bob Weikert Memorial as well. He will climb out of the car, and in just a moment, he's going to get the Hoosier Tire neckband. He's going to get the Whiskey Myers Victory Lane hat. Before it's a hug, he's climbing up top. How about it? Your winner tonight, Aaron Reutzel. He loves it down there. He loves you Pennsylvania fans, whether you like him or not. There, Aaron Reutzel off the back of the car, and he will talk to Tony Laporta as a winner of the Bob Weikert Memorial.
We were here for the Tuscarora back in the fall when Aaron Reutzel scored a prelim win, and it seemed destined that he was ready to rejoin a national tour and come on the road with Kubota High Limit Racing in 2025. Well, with this being his third feature victory of that first national tour in quite a while, it made sense what we thought back then. Aaron, people stopped me all weekend. They said that money is staying in Pennsylvania. People stopped me and told me the Outlaws are leaving with the $100,000 tonight. You made sure that didn't happen.
Damn right I did. F and A. What? 100 grand. What more can I say? That's freaking awesome. I mean, I don't know. That's just, you know, I've had 100 grand get away from me once before, and it was late at the end of the run, and I don't know, my car was so good that I could just stay calm and move around. And even when Macri passed me, I just kept my cool and, you know, got back by him and searched around, and unbelievable. This is so cool to win 100 grand. I don't even know what to say. You know, it's a lot of money, and it goes a long way for a race car driver, and it means a lot. You see so many of these big paying races, and you have an idea of what you could make throughout the year, and nothing's set in stone until you got that money. And I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for my entire race team, everyone that's stood behind me and put up with all the bullshit and all the stupid shit on social media. And, you know, these guys believe in me, and that's why I'm here. So I can't thank all of them enough for everything they do. Fulkin Brothers Trucking, Steve's here. I'm glad Steve got to see this one. Brian and Lisa Ridge, Don Long, Bargain Barn, Brian Paver, Rasmussen's Truck Center, Triple X Chassis, Ryder Racing Engines. This motor has 17 nights on it. Wow. Tommy told me I could run it to 20 if I wanted. We got it to 17, won 100 grand. She's going home and getting a massage and getting redone, and she's coming back to make some more money. So, like I said, I can't thank Bart, Dimmer, Dean, Brogan. This is a huge team effort. I love this place. I've made a lot of money here, and I look forward to keep making more and hearing some more booze.
That's Aaron Reutzel getting the job done here tonight at Port Royal. Hey, Aaron, take me back to that night we were here in the fall when you won a preliminary night at the Tuscarora 50, and you know, it really felt like you were setting the stage to come back and run on a national tour. You elected to go with Kubota High Limit Racing. Then the year starts. You take a rock to the face in Las Vegas, and the championship hopes are all of a sudden in question. Tonight, this is your third trip to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. I've asked you once already, but what does this mean for the 87 and Ridge & Sun Racing's championship hopes?
It means so much. Like I said, Brian and Lisa Ridge put up with a lot, and they believe in me, and they believe in our capability as a team, and you know we give it our all, and it's so rewarding when you win races like this after you have so many great people backing you, and you know, spending the money that they do and the time they do and the effort and just everything involved in this race team. You know, Power Plus coming on board, you know, they saw they saw what our capability was. They saw how our teams ran, how we stride off, these higher level teams on how they present themselves. And, we really try to get our team to the next level that way as well. And, we got a corporate sponsor because of it. And it's really, really big to have Power Plus on board. This is their first win on board with us as a main sponsor. So what a hell of a first win for them as well. So like I said, couldn't be more pumped for this entire race team, and I think there's a lot more of these to come.
You just won $100,000, but as a high roller, a full season team with Kubota High Limit Racing, every time a high roller wins, that driver gets to send $1,000 of our angel donors' money to any charity you wish to support. With your victory here tonight at the Bob Weikert Memorial, where are you sending our angel donors $1,000?
Texas Children's Hospital, hands down, every time. They did a lot for me and my family, and I'm glad, when we win, we're able to give back.
For the richest paying sprint car race in Pennsylvania, the spoils go to the victor, and the victor is Aaron Reutzel! He's also going to be handed the Chasm Safety Technologies win box. It's got a golden ticket in there. And as I do understand on this, such an important and monumentous race, a Chasm Safety Technologies seat system also being awarded to Aaron Reutzel. We want to thank Chasm Safety Technologies and the safety they provide drivers and teams in all of sprint car racing for their continued support of Kubota High Limit Racing. We've got Sandy Klein down here ready to pull the chip for the Warrior Award. This is a position between 11th and 24th that Sandy and J&S Classics will send an extra $1,000 to. 24th finishing driver Brady Bacon will make an extra $1,000. We've got our 50-50.
$10,454.
$10,454. Aaron Reutzel, let's make one fan very, very happy here tonight. You read the number for me.
381190.
38.
Hey, I got that ticket.
Yeah, I don't think so. 381190. Again, the winning ticket for over $10,000 is 381190. We thank Sandy Klein and J&S Classics for stepping up with the Warrior Award.
The color. What color is it? You didn't announce it.
Color, it's a purple ticket on the winning ticket. We want to thank Sandy Klein and J&S Classics, and we've also got the Weikert family here tonight as they will present Aaron Reutzel very shortly with the very unique and highly sought-after trophy that goes along with winning the Bob Weikert Memorial. Here it is. It comes in, and it'll go to Aaron Reutzel, the Bull's Head. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the winner of the Bob Weikert Memorial, and he's the winner of the richest paying sprint car race in Pennsylvania. Make some noise one more time for Aaron Reutzel! Chase, tell us about our contingencies.
Yes, our contingency award winners tonight. The Rod and Supply hard charger will go to Justin Whittall as he started 24th on the field, the final car to make it in through the B main, and he went plus 10 to 14th, so a good run there for Whittall. He is the Rod and Supply hard charger. Also, the Race Redeem Foundation rookie of the race will go to Cy Lynch. He ended up 18th in the main event, so the best rookie of the race will go to Cy Lynch. And the Jace Golf Carts fastest lap of the race award is going to go to Aaron Reutzel. He ran a 17.521 second lap on the 16th circuit, and so he is the Jace Golf Carts fastest lap award winner here this evening. Tony, back to you.
Anthony Macri started this race in the 3rd position. He comes home +1 in 2nd place. That's a tough one to swallow. It felt like the pace of that race was very frantic. I'm not talking about in the terms of lap times, but just right there in the middle stage of that race, being right up in the mix of things. What was it like from behind your steering wheel?
Yeah, it's just I felt like I, kind of dropped the ball on the start there and then fell back to 4th or 5th, whatever it was, and felt like I, had to run really hard to get ourselves back in good position for the open red there, and we were really, really good, and we tweaked on it, and I felt even better after the red there, and I wish Zach Hampton wouldn't have crashed, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. But I still felt like we were pretty good, and I felt like if one more lap, I needed him to run the middle of the top, and I could have got by him on the bottom. But just car started to fade there at the end, and it wasn't a lack of effort. But yeah, it stings. It's a tough one to swallow, and but to finish second to him here is not terrible. But I don't know. We'll just go on to the next one.
Hey, we love having you at Kubota High Limit Racing. Anthony Macri goes +1, third to second in tonight's Bob Weikert Memorial Finale. Lance, let's get your race car in the background. It looks good. It deserves to be seen as much as possible. You went from 7th to 3rd tonight. You went 2nd last evening. You stand on the podium once again in the 3rd position. We talked about it before the race went green. What did you think of your race car this evening?
I think we were better the first half than what we were last night. Second half, I'm not sure. It got weird. The whole race got weird there in that second half because Aaron wasn't that great. Didn't seem like that for a while. And then all of a sudden, it just like everybody got spread out and nobody could gain on nobody. And, yeah, I thought Anthony was pretty good, but nobody could gain on anybody. And just, I don't know if it cleaned off and everybody got better or what. So, yeah, we'll take a 3rd. But, yeah, it was a good weekend for us. You know, it was a good, solid 2 nights against this field. And, we got stuff to work on, and all in all, I was pretty happy. I might have just over-adjusted it under the red.
That's Lance Dewease finishing behind Anthony Macri. Lance Dewease goes 7th to 3rd, standing on the podium for the 2nd night in a row here. He said things got kind of weird in the second half of the race. That's what people say when they hang out with me too long. Things got kind of weird. Anthony Macri wishes Zach Hampton wouldn't have crashed. I think Zach Hampton would agree with that summation of the night as well. And the quote I'm going to take from Aaron Reutzel this evening was F&A. That's how he felt after scoring the first ever 6-figure payday in Pennsylvania sprint car racing history. They said the money would stay in Pennsylvania. We had to worry about the Outlaws and everybody else coming in, but Aaron Reutzel, it's his 3rd victory as a high roller here in 2025, and it just so happens to come in the richest paying sprint car race in state history. Pretty good time down here in the borough, guys. Back up to you.